And we are back. Welcome everybody to the Dexterity Showcase play of The Last Faith. My name is Kalar Miyataya, and I both live for and in indie games. So, we have the next chapter of the Dex run to worry about. So, we're going to run this a little bit differently than we normally do. We're actually going to do the opposite order as we did in the strength run, if you have recalled. During the strength run, we did the liturgical pass first, and then worked our way over to the our way to Orded's palace, more along the lines of taking the shorter route than the longer route. And we can pick this up here.
You must indeed.
That is going to allow us to open up secrets later on. But the reason why we're doing it backwards this time around is to just give a showcase of how difficult that can be, as well as catching certain weapons sooner rather than later in our playthrough. Right now, we are actually going to take the long way around. Actually going to use the whip for some of this because we want to level the whip a little bit before we get into the next period of the game here, because we left it at +2 due to restrictions of how much nitros we had at the time, and unfortunately we now have to make the hard decision of spending a little bit of extra time through situations rather than rushing towards the ending of the game. So this is going to be a bit of a marathon run. Now we can actually play around with this area a little bit differently. Take advantage of the fact that these guys dedicate pretty long times to their attack. We're going to drop down here. We're going to anger this guy. And we'll be like... Whoop! Of course, we didn't get much damage out of that because he moved forward, but we did immunize ourselves to getting hurt. We might take advantage of our ongoing area. Now, with the dash, you can go take on some areas, but you still won't be able to get past the cannon doors. The difference here is pretty big right now between the whip and the sword, and that's the difference of 3 weapon levels. And the fact that there's higher scaling for dexterity on the sword right now, as there is the whip. Difference between C and D. Of course, there's dual scaling on the whip itself, and we are putting more stats into other angles, but we'll go back to the Great Hall, level up what we can of the weapons here. Thankfully, we don't have to worry too hard about our weapons. Okay, so that will put it up to 4. We need one more silver, which we are out of from this angle. That might actually put a damper on our intentions moving forward. That might make me reconsider our pathing, actually. Because while I would like to do the liturgical pass last in this playthrough, the problem is that we want moon silver ore, which is limited up until the point where you have the 3rd blueprint, in which case it becomes a easier time to get them because they are infinite from the vendor. You just farm Nycrux if we need 1 silver ore. It is, unfortunately, the downside of leveling up through weapons as you get them.
You are a witch. What such?
I sense
I feel.
that.
Alright, we'll hand over low here. We will take a moment to grab these. They are kind of important. We'll grab as many as we can. And then we'll start our way through. We might do like a half and half function between these as we go, because we do need to have more moon silver. We'll see if we can grab some along the way. But we're picking up not 1, but 2 weapons in this area. So it will be a little bit of a difficulty. For now, we'll just take advantage of what we have. +5 weapon is more than suitable in here. Oh, yeah. Dogs will take more hits. Ideally, you go through this area with +6 or more weapons, rather than the ones that we're using, but... The whip is still good for its range applications. We will be taking full advantage of what is available here. Like, we did skip some things in the strength run, but in this area it becomes much more important in the dexterity run. Also take a quick idea of what our strength, our mind, and instinct are at. We are at the minimum slot we need for the weapons that we're grabbing. So, ow. Ow. These. And here comes an important part of our playthrough. We look at these 4 chalices. They stand for 4 areas that we're going to need to unlock and go through. To unlock dexterities, I'm going to say shared for first as strongest weapon. It's not really the best weapon for DPS, because skills will always outscale raw hits, but it is a very powerful weapon for dex builds. And we will use the whip for a bit. Ow. Bad timing. And that makes the whip more functional against these longer ranged enemies. And while you're piling on numbers of hits due to it being under-leveled, range is still better. Mainly because we're dealing with dexterity weapons and frequency of hits are usually better than otherwise, so heavier hits don't happen. Oh, hello. 3rd attempt. There we go. We're through that. can get close up on something that is going to stay close to you, stronger hitting of the two weapons, because they're similar in speed, is going to be better. But keeping... Oh, that's a blender. Hello. And again, please. And a whip could probably handle that easier, but was getting close range anyways to do parries. Because parries also restore health. And throw that around. Will get us down here. Lunar powder, which we can use in 2 instances here, so we'll probably use it for a couple of bosses up ahead, but that will be its own little special section. For now, we're going to take every opportunity to beat every monster we have, so down to the bottom we go. Ow. Now they're both together, we can whip them out. There we are. One thing you will notice is because our strength is lower than our last run, of course our last one was strength orientated, ice damage becomes much more dangerous. But that's not really going to matter. So we're not going to freeze that much. Because dying to freeze is a skill issue. Oh, ow. Nice try. Come down a little lower. Calm down, please. So I can't hit you up there. There we are. There we are. Oh, that's one more down. We can go down here, and it is important for us to do some stuff down here, so we're actually going to take this early. Actually, no, that's not here. It's further in. We'll get our opportunity to go down there in a sec. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, give me the health back. Haha. Ow. Bad timing with the dogs. That's gonna cost me another health potion. That's another thing you have to keep in mind for the aspect of difficulty between these two areas, is in the previous area, the Liturgical Pass, you will get another health file expansion, where in here you only get bullets. Oh. Alright. How do I want to tackle this? I think I want to go up first. Oops. Hey, look, 2 million silvers. That's gonna be nice for us. Getting the whip up. I do think I am going to want to split this up a little bit as far as where we are tackling when. I think we will take advantage of save points to split up what we're attempting. So, give me that back. Alright, come here. 1 and 2. Okay, so don't have range with you. You will dodge out of my range with the sword. So we will whip you. Of course, all the boxes are great for, you know, instinct runs who use bullets for a lot of their supplies, but not useful to us here. We are just gonna bait a spear and go up. Now, I'm gonna use the sword for a little bit faster kills, mainly because that was a range issue. There. Here. Got that, and we'll break through the wall here. This is the first of the important areas we have to go through. These guys are easy to tackle when you're in close range. Of course, we have the goggles, which makes these enemies a lot easier than normal. Alright. And we're just gonna blow through them at this point. Heal up before we finish off this one. In case there's a third wave. Oh, hey, look, there's a third wave. Just gonna take and go this. Oh, hey, you got behind my guard. Okay, that's fair enough. And this is the first of 4 places we need to go. And that's one. Now, why did we go this way? Well, going up gives us the ability to pick up this item along our way. Of course, this is another gated area. I'm totally not using something I should be using right now. Heal that. Oh, that's not a heal. Oh, and I died because I got greedy. Oh well. I'll get those back. That's not a problem. In fact, that probably benefits me more. You know, there's plenty of dark, so let's have some fun. Ow. Ah! Of course, now we have one down here. Put that back. Get that back. Still gonna need to heal a bit. I'll take one of these. Heal over time. More. 3, 4. That takes 6 hits. 5, 6. Oh. Fine. Be that way. Alright. We will take our purple lightsaber. Nightmare Blade. caught by that, but I won't die to that. So you notice how quick ice accumulates, it will slow you down. So, with me being slowed like that, it makes it a little bit more difficult to take care of evasions and execute combos. So that's why ice is considered the most annoying status effect. So, what you would typically have in this place here is Edelweiss. With liberal use of that, it ceases to become a problem. We will backtrack here for the Demi-Shador. And we will clear out this area, because we will be farming for DEX here. Aha. Good night. Can we get that guy to come down? Maybe not. Not worried about it. So that's 2 doggies down. Whoop. Not gonna get me with those ice crystals. He will get me with the bloody spit, though. That's annoying. Alright. We'll circle back here for more Nightcrux. Yay. Ah! That swipe for the first time. Eh. Eh. And that part is cleared. So, we went that way first. Go down here. Ow. A little bit of health back. So, that is non-clearable yet. Makes me think what I need to do here. So typically there are areas you can't go versus areas you can go if you do. Just gonna stay up here. Take full advantage of range. Those, because that will give me recovery. That's one down. Let's just take another down. Not much to say about these. They're pretty much just easy die cuts. We'll come down here, pick this up. Come back here. Come on. Get over here. Ow. That actually hit me? That's fun. Come up here. Laser beams won't catch me. Ice beams, whatever you want to call it. That's another one down. There are plenty here. Some use this as a farming route. I don't find it to be all that efficient. Unless you're a fairly high enough level to take them down as a group. We're down here for another reason. Oh, look at all that night crux. A door. Next battle area. I find there's an irony about this. That in here is a mini-boss that you don't... Okay, these guys are a pain in the neck. Someone decided, let's do spike for a theme. Ow. Done with the spikes. And this is a mini-boss that you fight later in the area. But if you access this place first, you actually fight him here first. Playing with our food a little bit too much here, so let's kind of wipe that out. We'll heal up. This is area 2. Ooh. Right. And with that one cleared, we are back on our pathing. Trying to remember all I need to do here. So, with that area covered, and 2 of the groups down, I'm gonna do the 3rd. Now, I am trying to remember where the 4th one of these are. Oh, nope. I've got them all in my head now. Boom. This area requires at least the booster gauge. Oh my god. Ooh, I'd rather blood than the spear. Alright, heal up. And... ah, what's that dodge? Alright, we load this one down, because he doesn't have as much health as I have damage. I have to evade this guy once. Goodbye. We'll clear this room. But this is not the sole treasure here. We have another challenge room. We will heal up. We will give ourselves a little bit more Nightcrux. So we are primarily using powder. Oh, that's mean. If I remove the item, it gets rid of it. Oof. I am partially frozen. Great. That's gonna be fun. Because this wasn't annoying the first time around, right? Oh, great. More spitters. Okay. Well, there's a reason why I use the skill enhancing powder here. There. There we go. And that is number 3. With that done, we will move on to the next section. And of course, we have gathered plenty of Nightcrux during this time, which will help us later. For now, it's deeper into the dungeon we go. Well, not necessarily the dungeon. They call dungeon and move. Deeper into the frost caves. And another reason to use whip. Easy destroying those nasty ice crystals from afar. Ooh, I almost dodged into it. It's not what I wanted to do. There. Back. So. Good try. Whip also has some pretty good activation frames. So I can swing my whip and then use the parry pretty easily. Oh. Do it again. Come on. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, that was bad of me. That was just bad of me. Getting greedy trying to restore via parries. Not as if my save point isn't right here, so. Take full advantage of range when you have it. Don't. Switch it. There we are. Plenty of frost removal statuses. It's the random bits of damage everywhere in this area that gets you. There we go. That's what I need. Ow. I hate the fact that these reform. Okay. And back where we were before. Attempt to get back to me. Jesus. I always misinterpret that range. And I don't have enough. So we're just gonna play it safe. Aha, the floor breaker returns. I am coming through your floors. Oop. Okay, so we've got a lot of little mini puzzles to complete, and of course all of this is to let you know, hey, if you get hit at any time during this, that thing explodes on you for a lot of damage. We're not gonna do that, right? We're not gonna fall for that. I mean, that doesn't count because I didn't have the bomb, but yeah. Imagine me having that bomb and then suddenly exploding on my face. That wouldn't be cool. Okay, next room. Ow. And we all know this is a room. Not the room we need, but the room we should get anyways. Because it's a free heal restore. And we'll grab the treasure that's up here as well. We are not taking on the boss immediately because we want our fun weapons first. That we're vastly under-leveled with our whip, which we want to have. Because the great thing about that boss is that's another one of those you could do a comparison on. Alright. That's good. Give me 1, 2, 3. And 4, 5. Up, and dodge. Alright, fine. I'm not. Nice aim. I thought you were going to aim higher there. Dead. There are a lot of enemies in this game that just fall face first into things. Do it again. Do it again. Ow. And you could probably justify using your powders in this area, if you'd like. I don't. They are a semi-precious resource. They cost Nycrux to restore after a while. Because you can only get a certain amount of certain many of them on the field, so. But they are technically infinite. Okay, now with all that done, and the spikes cleared and whatnot, we are able to do what we want to do in this room, which is solve all the Nycrux bomb puzzles. Dodge. Jump. Dodge. Boost. Jump. And there we go. Down, down. And dodge. I think this is just more powder. Nope. Pasties. Or whatever you pronounce them. I don't have the capability of pronouncing words like that. Or at least, I don't have the knowledge of it. And puzzle number 2. This one is easy. Jump and jump. Throw. Come over here. Kill the enemy that's in between. healing, and we got one more bomb to go. We got two, technically, but we'll take care of the one that actually progresses first. And then we'll take care of the spare one. Dodge, jump, jump, jump. Dodge, jump. Bro! That one. We've got one more to deal. Pick up. And on we go. Yay, more Nightcrux. As often as we have died, we have not lost a single Nightcrux. So, obviously, the next thing that's going to happen is me dying twice in rapid succession and losing, 50k Nightcrux. Okay. So, this is an important item. Yay. So, this will increase our crit rate and damage, which is the second of the best little things that you could have. And there. Door number 4. We're going to want to use the whip a lot for this one. Range is important. Ow. Transfer. Got within melee range there. And that one's down. I'll take 2 of these down. It is. And that one's dead. And that's the room. Now let's not die on the spikes. That would be embarrassing. There. Okay. 4 of 4. And there we go. Beginning of Act 3. We now have one of the 2 tomb weapons, or secret weapons, if you want to call them that. They're not really secret, they're just puzzles that make you go all across the zone to get it. Ready. So, one of the issues in this situation for this run of dexterity is decision making. You can completely abandon the whip and not use it at all. That will make things easier for you to level up. But you miss the advantages of range that you get from here, and it is a dexterity weapon, so you can technically use it. Now, technically not a dexterity primary weapon until later. But you can see the ease of its function here. In the fact that I'm able to just dodge around and hit these guys with impunity. And if I need close range damage, I have the sword. It was weird. He stopped midway. Do you see that? Is there a limit to their charge? Interesting. Ow. Come back here. You're gonna give it back to me. Thank you. And it's good to take the whip all the way if the whip is the style of weapon you want. And it also scales off mine, which is something you want to have a decent amount of regardless. So there's no real downside to it. Aside from the fact that it doesn't have good scaling initially. Which makes it a little bit weaker, but you pay for that for having the best range in the game. Which as you see, when enemies dodge out of the way, that kind of becomes worthwhile. Let's see. Should be one isolated first. These three. Which, if you know how to use a weapon appropriately, they're all going to be good in your hand. So, full advantage of the DEX run. But, while this has the best weapon in the range of the game, it's not the best weapon in reach range of the game. So, combining damage and reach. He did. Dodge. There we go. We are working our way back here for a reason. Because we have unlocked the weapon. We walked our way the hard way to the weapon to gather more Nycrox for out. I hate that spike. It's there specifically to spite me. Alright. And here we are. The treasure room. And you have to call it a treasure room. There's so many treasure chests in here. So, down we go. Demi-shade ore. Lunar powder. Frost bombs. Oh, yay. Haha, the Rift of Blood. Kind of sounds like Rivers of Blood, doesn't it? I wonder what it does. And more pastries. Of course, now that we have that weapon, it is, of course, going to become one of our default weapons going forward. It actually replaces the whip in consideration, but we'll still be using the whip in comparison here, so we'll have to level it up a bit. Understand that some of the extra grinding that I want to be doing as part of this episode, you typically wouldn't want to do it. You can just, at this point, completely replace the whip if you want to, or you can replace the sword if you want to. This is purely for demonstration purposes that we are going this far out of our way. But with it being the only one in the dexterity tree that is going to be using demi-shade ores, very easy to get caught up. Can perhaps buy the moon silvers. Oh, no, we can't buy them at this point. We have to find them. So we need, in order to get it leveled up and caught up, we need 2 more moon silvers, which we could probably get before then. But if that's the case, and we're just kind of holding on to weapons for the need, we'll do it this way. Out one, katana in the other. Now this is for someone who loves range. Okay, we have 24 left and places to go. We'll actually start to work on our stats a little bit. We'll put the 4 levels here and to get our vitality up a little bit. We have been dying a couple times. Everything in resistances, it works fine. If we look at the weapons that we have, we do meet the minimums for Rift of Blood, 18, 20, 16. That was the intention. It is the highest requirement out of all the weapons that we have. And with 18 strength, we do a little bit better with damage as before. So, with that said, we will go back and continue up until the start of the village of the Tenwell village of the frozen area, just to finish off what we have of this immediate area. And, you know, get some playtime with the blood weapon. Now, of course, now that we are here, we can gather what items that are available. Maybe shade ore, silver ore, frost bombs. We need 1 moon silver ore to have the weapon at where we want to for testing. So, don't need that, but it's nice for it to be there. Time to tackle on this one. Oop. Look at the damage we are doing. Oh, ow. Get off the ground, please. Now, you're bleeding. Which means you're taking extra damage. Alright, come on. Oh, we died on that. Yep, I knew I was getting greedy, but that's okay. I was playing with my food again. I wanted to style. I did get some stuff out during that. We'll play again. And dive out. Don't forget dodges in this fun. With it bleeding, it's taking extra damage. I really shouldn't dodge under him. And of course, bleeding wore off, so we're going to be dealing less damage. Oh, he jumped back up. He didn't actually follow up with a crit there. There we go. Alright, time to dance. Goodbye, sir. More damage shade ore. We'll be able to level up this weapon pretty consistently at this point. So that is essentially the boss of this area until we get to the village. I'm just gonna... Darn it. Ice makes this positioning harder, not easier. Come here. Goodbye, both of you. I am done. And of course, with the heavy katana's range, we're pretty much replacing the whip, mostly. To be honest, this weapon is good enough as it is to just kind of handle most situations as we're going forward. But, you know, this is a showcase run, so it's not necessarily going to be the only thing we play with. It is heavy enough in its actual classification to make this situation seem a little bit easier because you can stun the flying enemies now. And it's 3 rather than 6. Okay, I'm thinking. This is funny. I'm hovering in the air. There is a cooldown on dodge globally, so... Of course, you could have just used the beast mode to get past that issue if you had completed the liturgical pass first. Which, hey, valid. This is why I always recommend liturgical pass before doing anything in the snow areas. And the skill, because this is more or less a projectile skill, it's a lot more capable than most other skills in the game, beaten only by combo skills, which makes this a universally good weapon. But it does mean we're going to have to do a lot more parries if we want to keep it up. Okay, that was entirely my fault. Are you going to come down? Yes, you are. Good. I don't know this weapon's crit rate. Oh. 4%. So, it's got higher crit damage ratio, but it's not going to crit as frequently. So when it hits hard, it hits. Or when it hits hard, I should say. Okay. The question is, what's down here? Ah, this. I'll pick up the 3 Foss bombs. They might be useful later. They might not. Depends on how you want to play your run. Alright, we are where we want to be. So, take the healing potions. Take the regeneration of focus. And we're going to get the best weapon for dexterity in the game. Here. That not getting hurt. Starving essences. They are really just an endgame item. Execution. And it's done. Once again, funny things you can do with this game. This over here and leap up. That will get the gate open. But we're gonna do one more thing. Open up this gate so you can pass over. And there's the last of the moon silver stones we need to level up the whip to 5. And here we are. This is the last focus area. Oh, that almost killed me. We're definitely taking the execution here. Because I want to rip this guy's head off. Even if that hit me. That's better to be frozen than to be slowed. They're gone. Woo! Smoked. That was cool. I don't care. That was a cool death. There are some deaths that are just worth the end. Okay, I'm dead again. That was cool, but I didn't have the, I went for the Night Crux, and I didn't have my good. So, pick up the Night Crux. Heal. Remove status effects. We can slow these guys because they are a pain. Oh, that's fun. No, we're not going to do the crossbeam thing. Thank you. Goodbye. That's it. 1, 2. That's awesome. Rather. Oh. Did you see the freeze there? Interesting. Yeah, we are dying several times. That's fine. We're not really playing fair wise here, and now I'm using a slower weapon than I'm used to. So, how do we want to do this? We're gonna go dual element. Alright, let's go. Because they are weak to fire, whip becomes so much easier to use here. And sometimes it's just a matter of making sure you're well prepped. And now we have Severance Reaper. This is a good weapon. Sad part is, it shares. Sad that you can only have one weapon at a time, really? Two weapons at a time, I should say. But this is the best weapon in the game for dexterity. Some people might think it's the range comparable to a whip. Speed a little bit less than a whip. And lots of good damage. So, this actually completes our area here. We'll come back to this after doing the liturgical pass. Reason being, we want to be able to level up this weapon. We're not going to level it up to +8. We're actually going to leave everything that we level here at +5 for the sake of testing. Just to show you guys what the performance is when we take on this area at +5 weapons. But we are going to go back. First, to the Great Hall. We're going to level up our whip to 5. But we are also going to level up our Severance Reaper once. Now, sadly, this will weaken the Severance Reaper throughout the majority of the next section, which is fine. but just know that this is being done as a showcase. So, we go. Let's see. Think Marshland of Shadows is the best point to go to for this. And we're gonna head to the Liturgical Pass, and we're gonna take it on with the katana and the scythe. Of course, these enemies are far weaker than the ones we've taken on, but you can see that we have both range and damage in this function. Stock up some of our stuff here. So. Heat. Oop, missed that. Come on. I will take your... Oh, it's up here. Why am I trying this the hard way? So this is about the whip's strength right now. We will get back to the whip soon, but... And now we have... Of course, as the scythe, it can kill objects in less hits. Destroy objects in less hits. You don't kill objects. Oh, I'm just taking all sorts of damage here. Not much vertical range on the attacks, but lots of horizontal. Goodbye. Alright. Have fun. And this is almost like at every weapon because of its range. And the fact that, it deals decent. The fact that even has a low range projectile on it. Oh, this is the hard one. Jump, dodge. There we go. This. Ow. Don't hug the dying enemies, kids. Right. That said, while I was spent on skills, save point right here. Let's do it the opposite way we did before. Last time we started with the bottom and worked our way up. Now we're going to start at the top and work our way down. Dodge has a delay on it. You know what? Doesn't matter if you scream at me, you're still gonna die. Alright. Oh. Ooh. Ow. Means I can't dodge anymore. Fine. Guess what? I can reach you from here. And now I'm not bleeding anymore. We can move on. I'll deal with it. Heavy weapons with range. Oh, not bleeding anymore. Yay. Pop the blood bubbles. We'll chase you. Yep, pardon my little silence here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to tackle this area. Knowing when to block. Or to parry, I should say. Ow, ow. Fire. That should get rid of those. Jump up here, more Moonsilver. Moonsilver being the critical thing here. Because we want to have enough to level up all of our weapons. Right now, the one that needs to go up to level 5 is, of course, the Scythe, but the reason we want to level up the Scythe is to be able to have a level 5 weapon against the bosses we're going to be pushing up. So you guys can see how they perform against the bosses, because we're getting into a situation where there are several bosses that are very close to a save point. So it's easy to stop, refresh the game, go back with a different weapon, and highlight how it plays. Again, this is a showcase run. I am showcasing the Scythe at a lower end, mainly for my own entertainment, to be honest, but yay. Scythes are hard counters to dogs. If ever you wanted to know. I'll switch over to the katana for a sec. Show you some highlights of this weapon. Katanas are, like, the katana is great, period, done deal. It deals a lot of damage, but more importantly, it inflicts a status effect that ups the damage it deals, and ups the damage of all other weapons it deals, so it is a great opener weapon. Bleeding lasts a while on opponents, so you can use it, get someone bleeding, swap to a better DPS weapon, and just crush. Which is what you're going to see here against certain enemies. There is just ways of playing the game that aren't. Oops. That are just, they're more fun to play in combination than they are to play separately. Get away. And even in lower power, you can see what difference in DPS just using skills make. So, I believe I've belabored that point enough. Enjoy as you watch. Nothing about status effect weapons is that they usually will be so close to killing an enemy that their status effects won't matter much. Mainly because status effects is a factor against, like, thicker enemies. So we go in here. Easy rope. And the switch. One, two. Then there's like a difference of 30 damage per hit on these. Between this and the katana, and of course there's like 5 levels of katana ahead. Well, let's check. Yeah, 4 levels between the two of them, and that's the sort of performance difference the two of them are providing. Heal up, and we'll go to the next section. We are going to go ahead and do a full run of this. Go ahead and just get rid of the enemy here. Get what we need. Yay. More health vials. No, I have to be able to use the health vials to take advantage of the additional, so. Oh, don't want that. Okay, jump. Jump, dodge. Climb. Jump, dodge. Cling. Jump. So, this is this way. I dislike this situation. Slide down. All for starting reasons. This isn't even a secret. Whew. Alrighty then, so. Hate that. You. Drop. Heal. Notch. Notch. Dodge. You. Gimme. Dodge. That. And we have space. I don't think you're gonna beat the floor breaker. Probably a better word than the floor breaker to be the horror that crawls through the floors, but it's good. Okay. That's this room cleared. And another save point, because we gotta go different areas. Okay. If I recall correctly, we have a couple directions we need to go here. We only really need to go to one direction for the boss, but we are trying to gather as much as we can in a single run. Out with the dodge. Alright. As we clear the rooms. Mr. Busy Guy. I'm on giant. So, the thing I don't understand is what makes these giant patrons immortal versus all the other ones. Mr. Giant Patron. Ow. That was mean. Here we go. Follow you. Drop down here. We'll wait for you to return. And go. So this door is locked behind the completion of this area. We'll have to remember it. And how to restore. And that's all taken care of. We can actually stun these guys pretty well with these weapons. I do enjoy that a lot. Funny part is, hey look, a closed door. Not really. This is where our Mind Run will get their special weapon for this chapter. Spinal Chain Blade is a very good weapon. It is not the best for mind. You'll see here, it is a strength mind weapon with equal requirements in both. Almost ran into that one. Okay, the Sideways Graves is a direct homage to Ellen. I don't care what they say. Ow. This guy has a lot of hit points. This is why Rift of Blood is This is one of the ones you actually probably could start with Rift of Bluff, and follow up with the skills just to get the bonus damage. You probably could get that. I just realized something. This guy is still around. Looky here, more of you guys. Dislike. Trick them to using the fire torch, and we can get what we want out of them, which is a lot of free. A lot of free hits. Alright, so that's one loop. Time to do the other. Now, before we do the other, I want to check something real quick. How many stones do we have? Because the moon silver stones. Okay, we have 2, so. Here's the thing. We have basically 1 chance at this enemy. We're not going to be able to go back and reload over and over again to do a quick run. The burnt apostate is just not functional enough to, like, save time-wise to save time in a live commentary. If I was just doing cuts, I would... do it, but... as this is supposed to be a live playthrough, we're just gonna do it once, and we'll do it with the scythe. There's no reason not to. We can play around with having a low-level weapon on against a boss. Show you just how important it is to have proper leveling. People who do level 1 runs, salute. It is an absolute bear to deal with. Here. Jump. Jump again. All this. That. Pick up this item. There's a tiny room here. If we heal up that. And we'll pick up the unborn here. So, what we are going to do with this is, given the fact that we are facing one of the major bosses of the game, ourselves heal up a bit. Ow. There. That was mean. Give it back. Flower breaker. Why? I don't understand. Either way, it's taken care of. And further up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. Not hitting me with the torch. Too close to the boss to take hits like that right now. And here we are with the boss. We are gonna skip the cutscene here. Goodbye. And hello. 2, 3. Oh, hello. Oh no, we're out of mana. Ow. Come on. Come on. Ooh, I want to cut it off. I want this. Oop. Combos! I love them. Ow, 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 ow. Let's heal. Oh, we'll have plenty of time, huh? Da, 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 da. The fire. Fire, 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 fire. Ah. You made me waste a powder. Oh, come up. Yeah. Now you're in range. Ow. Hello. Oh, that's mean. Hey, guess what? I can still hit you. I don't think she's vulnerable to blood, so... 3, 4, 5. Oh, that didn't let me dodge? That was mean. Alright. Oh, that's mean. Too far away to register. And, of course, she's gonna tornado away my ice buff, so... One go ahead, so you know the timing. And DPS time. Oh. Hit. Oh. I'm just gonna run away. No point. Woo. I really should know better than to ice there, but whatever. Yeah, you're pretty much done at this point, lady. Rest up. You've done well. Goodbye. And that was a lot of supplies wasted on a fight, but I wanted to showcase how the scythe can deal damage a lot. And of course, that was a very expensive way of doing it. And yes, now Nightcrux's Heart, which is another one of the things you can do to get this next section to be easier. Oh. For those of you who might be looking for the Transcendence achievement, press down the RB and press Y. That's your Transcendence achievement. We're gonna go back this way. Why? Because we have a door to open. That's probably gonna be the end of the powders for ice for a while. We might use it again in another boss coming up, but it will be a bit. But we want this door. And the Curse of the Burn. For a mind run, that is super cool. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. It's almost equal to one of mine, too. this much done, we could see what we can do to level up some weapons. We do want to grab a few things here. Okay. So, we've got one more section to grab. That was a decent amount of Night Crux. Whoop. It will help us get some weapons up to 5, which is what we're trying to do here. So we now have all the weapons that are relevant to our playstyle in the game. So glad of you to smash those for me. Go ahead. Beat on this guy a while. He's got a huge hit point pool for what he is. As we said before, sometimes it's just a matter of these guys don't have enough hit points for the status effects to really take effect. And we'll just hope that works better when you're using skills. For me, I'm kind of low on focus for the attempt. Alright. So, kind of split up the snowy area a bit for us. Let's head back and grab... We didn't want to do this. We want to first head up to the manor. Rare prototype blueprint. Now, moon silver ores are infinite. We don't have to worry about anything but the special weapons at this point. Which, our special weapon is already +5. We don't need to worry about it. 7th Reapers, we're going to need some help with that. So, 2 silvers, 3 moon silvers, 4 3 moon silvers, 5 7th Reaper +5. Now, we can go further than that. We could go as high as +8 with the new blueprint, but we do want to test the capability of the weapon outside that. So, we are not going to take it on there. We will, however, level ourselves up to a certain point. We have taken mind, dexterity, and vitality up. Actually, we do want mind at 20, because we do want the bonuses for that. 30 is already a pretty good place for this area. We'll do 31. So, with that done, we're going to play around with weapons. The weapons we're going to play around with are the 4 dexterity weapons: Nightfall Blade, Night Tide's Rout, Rift of Blood, and Severance Reaper. Granted, keep in mind, not many bonuses. We only got the bonus in physical and crit right now. We don't have, like, the bonus to blood damage or the bonus to darkness damage, which is important for this tactic we are doing. Or the bonus to ice, though we will be getting the bonus to ice here soon. We are going to go ahead. Travel back to the banks of the Moonshade Lake. And we're going to take on this boss. With the tactic that we used with the sword earlier. Now we get to have some fun. So, test number 1. We're gonna have to get used to this long cutscene. And oops, that's wrong. Oop. Look at that damage. And we're already to the halfway point of the fight. This is probably going to be the shortest of fights. I want to hit you. I want to hit you. Mana. Ow. That was my bad. 1 and 2. Back to the powder. And... there we go. And you could just ease it out. And that's how well Severance Reaper does these things. Probably the best weapon for DPS on bosses as it is, so we expect that to be the fastest. Okay? Yeah. The blade's fun. We're actually gonna go back into the game from that point. Cool weapon, right? Back to the other weapon. Same sort of thing. We're actually gonna switch things up a little bit. Instead of the powders, we're gonna put more of the chunks in here, so we have some easily restorable MP. Same fight again. This time, the other weapon. Oh no! Notice while very good weapon. Up and up. You have to be careful of our placement of our skills, otherwise it will not deal much damage. And I dodged. That was bad of me. Ow. I'm actually gonna take advantage of that and restore health. Probably not going to be nearly as fast as our... really need to know how to do that better. Okay. This is the transition. we go. Skill. Another skill. Oh, that was a death. Unfortunately, deaths save the game, so I actually lost resources in that process. You'll notice we do not have major crystals left. So I actually died on that and didn't beat it on the first turn, because I was being too slow. But hey, we got the skib. Did it skip? It didn't skip. That needs to be fixed. And got some good hits there. Ah. Whew. Wasn't sure I was going to have enough speed to deal with that. Notice, once again, this is a +5 weapon. Of course, this is a +5 weapon against the boss. That is probably balanced against +8. That didn't stop our last weapon from doing so well. I hear something in the background. One moment, folks. Sorry about that. Sounded like a snowblower outside. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Back to it. Alright, let's get it going. Oop. That is not a halfway point. I need a halfway point out of here. Give me a halfway point. Gotta learn how to dodge those better. 1 and 2. Like we know that. Take the hit to the face. Nope. That slows me down. There's the halfway point. That's mean. Oh, and nope. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... Can we? Yes, we got behind it. He doesn't like it when you get behind it. That 1 and 2 heal. Burr. And now. Roar! Yep, I know. You always do that back swipe when you're too far behind. Oh, ooh, he did it again. Oh, hey! Usually I kill a guy before here. This is interesting. Ow. Are you gonna beam me? Nope, you're gonna charge me. This is a long fight for me. Ow. Oh, goodbye. No. No. Alright. That was the Gary Katana. Maybe not the best situation. Especially as I had background noise during that whole fight. That's how good the Great Katana is. People say it's the best. You judge for yourself. Now, let's hope I can do the next one. Start back to where we were. So, I guess if we're going from newest to oldest, the next one that we need is the whip. What was this going to manage? I actually don't know in this case, because we do need powders for this one, and I believe fire is going to be our best bet, but I don't believe we can light this one on fire. So, it's going to boil down to how much bonus damage this is going to have to help us with, and I'm not entirely certain about it. So, let's go. Skip. Oh my god! I don't even know where I was. Oh, duck. Heal. And again. That's actually a miss. I gotta be careful of that. Ow. Jump! Ow, that missed. Health is more of a concern in this fight. Aha. Okay. That was a little better one. We gotta start back here if we want to get full damage on that. Ow. And dodge. Oh. Jump. And... Alrighty. Oh, that's the halfway part. We're actually doing well. Aside from health, we're doing pretty poorly on tanking damage here. That was bad. Alright, so, we're doing okay here so oh, no, that's bad. But... Get behind! There we go, 3 hits. Jump. And jump. Want him to believe we are right here. We can take... Good so far. Not bad with... Not bad when you're using the skill properly. That was a fairly easy go. And, again, attributing to the fact that we're using powders with the massive amount of damage that skill can do when paired with powders. It didn't light the enemy on fire, but it still did a lot of damage. So, that's that one. How well will the sword... Oh, the wrong one. This is the wrong one. So, I am working on making this one all levels. So, go back to here. I'm going to switch to the sword now. So, the sword. Switch back. Sword is going to be running off of the same focus as the Scythe does, because it is a combo skill user. skip.
Ooh, ow.
And this is about switching between the valuable attacks that we have, because we have fast normal attacks and we have skill attacks, and we can make things last a little bit longer. Oh, that's a beam, and I won't be able to get behind it. Powder up, and we're back at it. Crystal, jump. He's gonna try to back swipe. That's not gonna work for us. And we are halfway. Too bad we don't have range. You take full advantage of the fact that we have the bonus damage. 1 and 2. Well, we're not going to deal with another one of those. Powder up here. And back at the skills. Dodge. Now, wait. Jump. Nice try. So, speed wins against this enemy. I would like to come back to this footage later and figure out just how long each fight was, because that was close to the scythe. And we'll take that win. We are down on dark powders, but we will come back to them. We should be able to buy more later. But for our normal playthrough at this point, we will go back to our standard weapons. We technically can come back here to get the Eye of Esk, because we have everything we need to trigger that, but it's not relevant to this chapter, so we don't need it. So, against bosses, you understand that combo attacks and additional damage is very useful. We can actually... How do we want to do this? It's the long way up to go to here, but it's not... Is it that bad? Yeah, it's kind of bad. We'll just teleport. We'll take the bridge. And now, with the bridge... And I do apologize for the noise earlier. That was a snowblower. Right outside my window. Not much that can be done about it. Much more important to pay respect to this. Because it will freeze the living daylights out of us, unfortunately. Yeah, but at a +5 scythe, that's not much to worry about here. Remember, you can have higher levels than this. We're just doing it at +5 to simulate not actually having the blueprint. This is gonna feel like cakewalk. Come on, give me some health back. Hey. And he's dead. Whoop. Dink. Get over here. Grab the item. Come back. Drop down a little. And back we go. Gotta get back up here. Gotta jump over the ledge. We actually want? Oh, that's bad. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, getting out of here. She got stunned. That was her fatal mistake. Ooh. And now we're regenerating health. This isn't so bad. Now, with the area being what I would consider like a +5 area, imagine coming in here with a +2 weapon. Because you slugged it out the entire... Ow, 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 ow. Oop. Doggo is making this a lot harder than it needs to be. There we go. Imagine coming here with a +2 weapon and barely dealing any damage to these guys. You'd be like, oh my god, this game's too hard. Nope. You just dropped it in an area far too early. These guys still are meaty. There's just no way around it. No, we're gonna do it right here, buddy. Yeah, anyway, goodbye. Using invincibility frames to dodge attacks I had no reason to dodge. Oh, hey. It's a note. Sorry about that. Sneezing. Nope. Another challenge room. Oh. Act 3 versions of these guys. I never want to fight these guys at a harder difficulty. Ugh. Heal. Why are you trying? Haha, you can parry that. Ah, so nice to do that. And we'll pick up the stuff here. We'll open up the secret passageway, which goes back to Esk Mansion. More demi-shade ores! Another one born. And here's the ghost that you need to talk to later. We'll just open the way to make it easier for us. And then we'll come back later. For now, We stick into the cold and chilly areas. And up we go. Whoop. You really didn't need to do that. Back. There. Can we reach? That requires double jump to get. Let's see if we can make it across. There. Nice. Okay. So... I don't have enough focus. Whoops. Let's see if we can fill up. There we go. There's the onboard. No. Ow, 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 ow. And that's how you use skill. Whatever. Alright, so now on to the key. And then the backtracking. To the other areas. See, fortunately for us, we are now in a position in the game that makes all of this relatively easier. We saved, didn't we? Where are all the monsters that respawned? I guess they respawn outside of the normal rooms. If you're in the save room and clear that out. Oh. Bad guy. Nice try. Oh. Pick that up. Oh, hit by frost damage because of that. Okay, that's fine. We're not so behind on strength that we have to worry about that. Well, you saw him, right? I did. Ow, ow, ow. Again with the fire on death. Should not hurt me. And we'll take some focus back from your head. That didn't quite work out. That's fine. Whoop. Come down here where I can hit you. Are you shy? Come on. There we go. Oh. No. That could have been a hidden wall. Over that one. We'll take the focus, thank you. powder. It's probably a rare version of that drop. I got greedy. And I do believe if I go this way, it's a challenge room. Don't like you guys. That might be focus restore, but it doesn't restore. Ow. Caught the last swing of that? That's weird. You gotta give me all that health back. And more. Thank you. That was a easy room, all things considered. Oh, like this place, it makes me claustrophobic. There, okay. A little less crazy ice things going. And all that for a bunch of night runs. Because this is literally back where we were before. So, let's go back. And go this way. I think there's one. Yeah, there's one here. And that's one down. 4 more to go. Yep. Yep. Back out here. We'll go this way at the next opportunity. Scooting out of that. And that's almost it's fun. Ah, quit doing that thing. Of course, pay attention to my stats. I get hit while in here, which that's why you have to clear the top area first, because you will get killed if you're not careful. Turn that around. Wait, that's where I came from. There is... Thinking I'm missing something. Going this way. Yeah, there's one down here. Oh, mean. So, technically, I can go down here and go back around. So we'll do that. More things to kill here. Hi. Thank you. This is gonna suck, but... And that's a quick way to get some stuff back. Hi, can you say hello to me? Eat secret handshake. Nah, I'm just having fun with this at this point. Alright, that should be what? One left, and it will be in the previous screen. Alrighty. We've done good so far. Else here. That's the end of that one. Bounce our way back up here. Was this still there before we had the key? I don't remember it. Anyways. I think you're far enough. Oh! Are you gonna come up here, lady? Or are we just gonna tango? You're... height limited? Nope. There we go. Aw, so nice you just drop by. I'll actually take... yeah, come here. Hey, a parry actually counts. Good thing to know. Alright, well. That is all the gates. Time for another weapon trial. I hope you guys will enjoy me going through full fights over and over again with stylized weapons. I wish I would have done that with the strength run. Okay, so... you could technically go lower. Kind of funny that the... okay. I'm being reckless. I should stop. But it is kind of funny that the guys just kind of take more hits than the nightmare dudes who teleport around. Did you see that? Interesting. Alright. It is funny that the enemies are kind of weird in their hit point placements, that, like, sub-themed enemies are just flat out stronger hit point wise than others, even if they are an older version of an enemy. Okay. So, first we gotta talk with Wyman. It's been a while. That we need to, doom his life by giving him advice. We will take all the valuables from him, including the powders, because those are rare right now. Alright. I'm not going to take the electric powder.
I must continue. The dead are... Do not venture among the graves.
And now you're dead,
I fear
sir.
it will not end. I will do what I shall leave.
Now that we're here, we're going to go back to the hall. We don't want to put any more stats into weapon levels right now. So we are going to put it into our actual level up stats. So here's the thing. I'll show off something real quick. This weapon scales on strength and dexterity. Pretty high level at this point. This one's strength's on dexterity, mind, and strength in that order. So we want to basically have those 3 stats be our strongest push through. So when we level up, we get up to 35. We're gonna do it 35, 22, 22. Just so our primary stat's still the highest, but we're not lacking on the others. And with mind at 20, unfortunately, that's just a truth of the situation. We're at level 60 with this, so we'll level up. You always do want to have some level of focus in this fight. In any fight. So we do have 3 dark powders. I'm not exactly happy about dark powders. We might actually do some grinding here. It will depend on how we want to do this.
I must commit soon.
She has 7 dark powders to sell. She's the one who has dark fire and blood, which are your best. We will be using lightning powders in this one, though. We have 3 of those, so... How do I want to do this? Well... let's play around a little. We'll start with ice powders, because we have a bunch of those. So, we are going to do this one weapon at a time, starting with the starter weapon. One of the reasons why I do testing of weapons like this is that some people usually complain that some of their favorite weapons, in one case that I've catched is that was the sword, isn't balanced for certain fights, and that they weren't appropriately tested. Let's put that to the test, shall we? Level 5 weapon is where you really need to be for this area. And we're gonna fight this enemy. Oh no. We do want quicker heals. This guy does have a lot of range, so we want to play it safe. Oh, we did die. Why did we die? Because we were greedy. And we're going to actually switch up tactics, because ice didn't feel that good. And sometimes you could take advantage of ice, sometimes you don't. In this case, I think we'll save ice for the other the other stations, and we'll switch over to electric. This guy's electric, right? that was me being greedy and not knowing my items. So, again, we are at +5, so these fights are going to be fun. We are going to have to know where my items are at. Okay. Let's go. Oops, that was the wrong button. We will likely win this fight, but... Oh, maybe not. I have a feeling the reason why I'm screwing up so badly in this fight is that I'm not paying attention to my resources, but... yeah, this is a harder fight with the sword. Let's do blood. There we go. Oh, I don't like the behind you strike. Did I have more health during this time? I am doing poorly, I will admit. I have a feeling this is more me than the game, though. Alright, let's go. Oh, that was me running into it. Oh, okay. Alrighty. So I've been avoiding trying to play the way I want to play for a moment. Because I was low on those supplies. Let's not be low. Let's be a pain in the neck. Really not electric. We'll play Frost. See how we play. This is gonna be fun. that's gonna kill me. Okay, frost was not the idea. I wanted to see if I could freeze the guy. I don't know if he's vulnerable to it. Alright. We don't have electric here, but we will take care of the electric. If we're gonna do electric, we'll do electric and blood. Alright, here we go. There we go. He does outrange me there, but he can keep... Oh, keep yourself to low to the ground. Wait for him to throw an attack out before you do any jump moves. Because he will try to catch you. Like I said, he tries to catch you. One, two, three, four. Oh, I ran into that. I should have waited till after. Two, whip. And in. And that's how you beat him. Now, they did take several tries from me because I wasn't figuring out my tactic. And I did use tools, but that's what you're supposed to use in games like these. So. We're gonna try again. This time, we use the whip. And ice. So we lost a lot of supplies trying to fight him the first time around. That's fine. And the whip. Oh, he can be frozen. Or at least he can be slowed. Oh, this is gonna... Haha, he can be frozen. Oh, this is fun. Ah. Oh, that was a cool catch. All right. I like that playstyle. Switch to next weapon. Rift of Blood. Now, I have my grenades. I could use them. Let's try dark grenades. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's kicking the crap out of me, this one. Oh, that did hit, though. Oh, I'm gonna die here. Yeah, because he has that chase down. He knows when you're in bad health, he chases you down when it happens. I think I understand some of the programming of this. So, it's not exclusive to weapons here. Let's just stick with crystals and see what happens. Got you there. I am playing the range to my advantage of this, of course. Ooh. I don't know if I can parry that. Ooh, if he was faced the right direction. Oh. See, that block makes him harder than most others. I think he's even harder than Lisa. I mean, I beat him with a freaking base whip before, so... There's his heal. That third swing always catches behind me. He caught me in that fourth one again. He's dead here. So, 2 tries on that one, several on the sword, but I think that sword was just me relearning his tactics. Exit. And then one more time and we'll do the scythe. I wonder if the scythe could do the same thing the whip can do. The whip can freeze it, which gives it a distinct advantage. It could also probably shock them with the shock powder, but we're out of that. So, we'll switch over. This. Thing and I'm just out damaging him with the scythe. Look at this. Ow. Oh, we ran out of ice. There we go. Like, this is about heavy damage versus light damage. That was easy. Out of all the weapons, including the weapons I had in my strength run, this is probably the easiest one to kill him with. Let's go back to sword for a sec. I wasn't happy with that performance on that. We'll use what I have, and we'll try again. Now, can we do better? Whoops, I ran into that one. Oh! No, that was my bad. I got him pretty low at easy setting. So, I do believe it's just a little bit harder if I'm not knowing what I'm doing here. But if I do know what I'm doing here, it's pretty much a fair fight. Gotta get where I can see him. Oh! Paid more attention to what was happening. That was, or to my items than what was happening. That was my bad. I have the most fun with this fight, though. Let's go for it. Let's go! Fine. Ah! So yeah, the responsiveness on that one is a little bit high, which makes it easier to kill with longer range weapons, but it's not as if I don't have a long range option with the sword. So I will take that, and we'll switch back to our ordinary weapons here. This is going to be a long episode, I warned you guys. Okay, so back to Severance Reaper and Rift of Blood. And that did get rid of a lot of my regeneration potions. Dark Tears powder is something we're going to want to have more of for the next fight. Despite the fact that it is arguably not recommended to be using darkness. It's just the focus regeneration and the attack is just so much better. And hit this. And another thing behind us. It's done. Down, 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 down to the darkness. And you have to wonder who was the person who set up all these traps and be like, yeah, our secret passageway is going to be dangerous as hell. That's better. At least we're restoring on our healing injections. There we go. Jump, dodge. So, for the most part, we are done. We're just testing out what the rest of the game operates with these weapons. There's no little hidden factors or achievements that are unique to dexterity, aside from the fact that the weapon functions a little bit differently, and the dual weapon system is kind of your go-to in this case. Squish. Honestly, as much as I like the Rift of Blood, it's nothing compared to this scythe. You could probably go without it, but I do like the fact that you can use both. Hit and stuff like that. Hey, can I have some health? Thank you. Actually, use a potion. I don't want to risk it with this guy. Hi. It's not as if the Rift of Blood is a bad weapon. In fact, it probably will deal more damage overall than most in a standard melee, because it has 3 factors to work with, so it hard caps a lot later. But it's just you use it, and then you switch to the scythe. And then you know when you fall back on the scythe to use the skill, it's just easier. are. Easy combo. Hey, buddy. We're going. Nice, you pieces. Thank you. And it has almost as much range as the weapon. Which, I mean, same could be said for the other attacks. One, two. Those hit really hard. Ow. So do those, but. There we are. We do get a lot of lunar powders back here but to be honest, ice as an element has kind of done its thing usefulness-wise. Unless you have it inherently in an element, it is not very, not really worthwhile. It's not terrible, mind you. It does a lot of damage. But compare it to Dark, where you can actually get hit points back. And you're not freezing enemies with powder very much. Yeah. Kick this over. We will work our way to getting this puzzle fixed, and we'll do the same thing we did in the strength run. We'll run over to the save point real quick for a quick restoration, and we'll get one Icrux on this, guys. But we don't have to really worry about much else at this point. Oh, did I mess this up? Nope. Okay. We'll push this in a little. There we go. But what we want to do here is get ourselves nice and spiffy. Now, at this point, we will save up our Nicrux for leveling. We don't have to worry too much about stats of our weapons. We are keeping them +5 until we complete this area anyway, so... And it will really be boiling down to getting these weapons leveled during the tail end, like after we've done the main playthrough. Right now we will primarily focus for the remainder of the game on Scythe and the sword. Le Bloody Katana, the Rift of Bleeding. Take a hit. The only thing you could really do is just kind of ignore it. Because all it's going to do is affect your dodge. And if you're not dodging much, you can just run around as normal. This place alone takes up so much time. I do believe it's vitality that gives you... Oh, believe it or not, it's dexterity. Interesting. No, it's burned. Burned is dexterity. Bleeding, I think, is vite. It's the same as my strength. So. I do ideally like to have 25 to 30 vitality by the end of everything. At least for a first playthrough. But It all boils down to how the game plays out. This is definitely the area to have more vitality than this, but I'm already close to my goal there. I'll take Nixaroth on with 25 vitality. Have. 30 is safer. I'm gonna take the higher road. We don't need bullets, so I'm not in a rush to grab what's below us. One, two, three. There we go. And the best thing to do in a situation like this, because I get lost with it all the time, is just... Oops. Map. Marker. Here. That'll remind us where we need to go when we're done with everything. Ooh, ow, I still got it on the way back, huh? No, that's fine. The range of the greatsword, the skill of the winged axe. Dexterity is such a great round. But, I should say, the scythe is such a great weapon. I suppose we could just abuse fire here. Well, usually I use it, but I'll probably make things a little bit easier, especially with that one up there. Oh, hi. Ooh, Dark Tears powder, I love it. Ha ha ha, easy money. Oh. And those are cleared. We will take the save point down here. But we will have to go up and across again to grab what we need. But the save point gives us a reference to start from. And we will be jumping around at different areas throughout. Overall, we have to be careful about the death animations as well with these. Not too badly. They will typically pile themselves into corners where you can just leave them be after you're done. Ah, this area again. Reminded of Game of Thrones. I don't like that. It's not really a hard enemy, just annoying to deal with. And this is the entire reason we went that way. And we'll complete this puzzle while we're here. We'll get the key. Get this what we need. We'll get rid of these crystals because they will be in our way. I have a heavy dislike for this area. Alright. Onward we go. That's one door. Next. Throw it! And finally we have the key. So, I do believe that covers our key coverage. And we'll take a look at this direction. Oh yeah. This is... Ow. Pay attention. Scythe against scythe. Mine's better. Yep. I have to check. That has it. And here we go. It's Demi Shador, which is good for the katana. The only special weapon we have. Note. We'll do a lore playthrough later. I think right after the patch comes out, we'll probably do a playthrough of the lore and what it contains. That way we have any lore that is depicted in the patch or the DLC to accompany the lore that we currently know and have. And we're gonna drop it. Now, last time this was a great celebration because it was the Holy Winged Axe, which is literally the strongest strength weapon in the game, bar none. And stop here, and we'll go this way. First, the things that need to be unlocked with a key. Nope. Oof. 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 Nice try. So this is the thing that needs to be both the beast mode and the double jump to get to. So we'll have to go back to that later. Those two both down, and the first of the torches lit. Let's track how many times we get lost trying to get to the remainder of them, shall we? have this one done, we will go on to the next. Which will probably be straight across from where we're at. These guys were positioned a little bit low. I had to have a treasure there, didn't you? That is how we do it. Now, I don't think this fully leads up to a key or a treasure area. I do know it leads to one of the toys. The 3 toys we have. Does it? I'm not entirely certain. I believe this is one of those ones we have to...
We will be admitted to her sight.
I just severely disliked that guy's positioning. Okay. No, this is going to be a roundabout. Oh. There we are. Hello. Yay. I have to wonder what makes this area valuable. I don't think it's a torch, honestly. I do need to remember this from later. So I think this is where the fire buffs are. Yeah, double jump is definitely encouraged here. Okay. See, this is a one-way gate, so what's going on here? Yeah, this is after we get double jump. We need to explore what we can do here. One dot. Oh, hi. Oh, hold on. We don't need double jump for that. Jump, dodge. Oh, maybe. Okay. No, we'll hold off on it. We'll come back here with a double jump. Okay, well... There we go. We'll go back up this way. And that is layer 3. Nice try. Off we go. Okay. I know what's here. I don't know what's down, so we gotta go up and down. But I'm gonna get rid of the higher areas first. So when we go down... Boys. No hidden walls, right? Okay. Can never remember. And down. There has to be ice in here because the speed is just a little bit further. No? It may just seem weirder when I'm... And that's how we do it. My scythe is better. Ow. Scythe Wars. And why do I have a temporary temporary rest spot here? What am I going to be facing that is of any challenge? Oh, it's a challenge room. Okay, only 4 hits for these guys. Oh yeah, it's double one of these. Gracious terror double. Oh no. Jump. Oh. You're dead. On to the next. Heal. Jump. And what the heck? That was a fake out. You weren't that. You were barely a mini boss when we fought you. I think something would be there. I am sad. Oh, no, I'm not sad. Because killing the first form gives you 300. And that one gives you 750. It's not bad. Jump. And in that mess of melee, we just eliminated them all. Alrighty. So, of memory, and these torches. I think I remember where 2 of them are. I don't remember where the 3rd one is at. Which is the hard part here. Oh, hey. Here's the third one. I think I'm good. I think I know where we're going. So we have one locked under a Nightcrook's bomb puzzle and one locked under a gate. But I do believe we have to head down in this way for it. For both of them. Could be wrong. Before. This is where one of them is, the other one's further down. Alright. Woohoo! Yay! Alright. So, it's down here. We'll go down, we'll save while we're there. To be honest, we haven't been getting too much Nightcrux of all this, because 50k isn't that much at this point. Go into this area. More than 80? Okay, okay. I'll see myself out for that one. Once again, missed opportunity for some really good hidden walls there. Okay, okay. It's like, here's practically everything you need to conquer the next room. Get over here. Thank you. Let's see. That door can be unlocked. We're just gonna... Hey, we blew up! Oh, hello. Hey, at least we covered that. Ow. Go away. So, that is our last. We'll... We will take care of it in a second. I do want to go grab the Nightcrux that's here. Ooh, 65. And there's the front door. We don't have to worry about much of anything here. We are at the last of what we need. Down. Throw. Boom. And torch number 4. And unfortunately, the save point is not as convenient as the other locations, so I won't be doing multi-passes. It's pretty much going to be the same as the previous 2 bosses. You just gotta know what you're doing with them. Sword's probably gonna have the hardest time with Lisa due to her small hitbox. Okay. Let's see if we work our way up. Okay, I think I know where we're going. We are going to route around. Let's see. We only have 2 of those, but we want to use them. Frozen, and then the dark powders. Don't think it's going to take more than a couple tries. I don't think we have electric powder anymore. No. So, we'll do blood for Lisa for the extra damage. What we're going to do is we're going to work our way around here, then back up. Wait, hold on. That might not be possible. No, it should. The room comes across like this. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, cool. We got more tears. That's good. I'll make the next, length easier. Might as well just clear this whole room. Threat. Alright. There we are. Some lunar powder. Yep, so we just need to take care of these guys, and there's 2 of them, so... There we go. Lots of Nitrox there. Alright, and we're back where we were before. So. But we're not bleeding this time. Aha. We will have to remember to come back up here in chapter 4 to grab everything that we're missing, but I'm not going to worry about it. Drop, drop, drop. And down we go. As we all strode up to each other. Are you approaching me? That's beam. Ooh! Wow! Well, that's what I get for getting too cocky. Oh well. Fun times. Let's get back into it. Ow. You gonna swing? Come on, swing. There we go. Oh. Oh. And now you're bleeding. That's gonna be bad for you. Really bad for you. Ow. You got lucky the first time.
You will regret this. Will curse you.
My arrogance binds me. Yes, it does. That's fine. I can be cocky sometimes. Off to the next. Look at all those bodies in the background. Ah, means a lot. And we're switching. Yay! I did that. Oop, I jumped right into those. That's fine. Nice try. Oop. Ah, there goes my powder. I gotta be careful about these. Yep, so they don't have to be jumped. One, and two, and jump. And we need a double attack. There we go. Ow. That hurt. Jump. And jump. You know what the next one is? Ah! He caught me with that. That's fine. It's exactly the way it should be played. Sometimes you just don't get good. Almost one-shot that. But, you know. We can afford the skip. And touch. And jump. And we just sort of roll and jump. And take advantage of that. Easy pickings if you know what to do. jump it over. That gets rid of that one. And we can just take a moment to... You have to wait for that delay. That was... There we go. Nope. And... Okay, that's the second drop. Doing pretty good so far. Wait. Move. Jump. Remember, verticality is your friend in this one. Oh, I ran into him. That's okay. He's done here. Goodbye, sir. And face down. Combo weapons. Beat Manfred. I'm all out of dark powder. No, we'll have to get more. But with this done, we now have double jump. Now, that was done with the +5 weapon. Ideally, what I would say in a normal run, you would be using a +8 weapon, and that fight would have been... I probably would have one-shot that fight, honestly. Just the amount of damage I would have been doing. But, with all that said, we will go ahead and work to wrap up. When we come back next, it will be gathering all of our abilities and forces with the movement skills that we have to sort of wrap up the side quests in Chapter 4. We'll take on the side bosses, and then we'll go try to finish the game. Probably won't be as long as an episode as this one. We might try multiple weapons out at certain bosses. I'm thinking Nightmare. But we'll figure that out as we go. In the meantime, leave a like or a sub, whichever you'd like. I do this for a hobby, so follow me if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for giving us your time, and you have a good one.